That is the move. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, can't apologize enough. Trying to figure out a way to make this stream work without having all these internet issues, but seems like everything that I'm doing is just not working. So I apologize once again. We got the great Mika Immonen here playing against Stu Fox from Gainesville, Florida. Should be a great match. Stu is no stranger to playing good players, so I don't think he's gonna fade for this win. If he's got it, I believe he'll pull it off. And we got Cheryl back. Here we go.
All right, we're back, guys. We threw the link up there for challenge, so you guys know. You guys can click on that, and you can see everything live on the the brackets and such. My name is Cheryl Baglin, aka Little Biscuit, as WPBA calls me. Welcome aboard to the Jeanette Lee Black Widow Legacy Championship, live from Bruins in Tampa, Florida. So glad to be here. Was me and Raylan Nurse were asked by Jeannie and Sonia, Jeannie Seaver and Sonia Chabib, to commentate for this event. Don't forget, guys, this is not the only event. Next weekend, Janet Atwell of Bristol, Tennessee, at Borderline Billiards. She's
This is
running
not a
her
drill.
event, and
This is
she's
not a
here
drill.
playing with us now. Also, we have the May 8th event for this official Black Widow Legacy Championship, but this time we're at
That's a
Strokers in
terrible
Palm
shot
Harbor,
there.
which is in the vicinity.
I guess he was trying to hide behind the 4, but he sold out, left him the whole 1 ball. Now, for those of you who are not familiar, Mika's a great player, Hall of Famer. Stu Fox is a real good player from Gainesville, and he's definitely not gun shy. So it should be interesting to see how this match turns out, especially if you know it's got to be tough for Mika to be like the guy that everybody knows is good, and then you have everybody coming at you, swinging away.
Yep. I mean, Stu Fox. Have you watched Stu Fox play?
I played him to qualify for the U.S. Amateurs, and I played him back in Collegiate Nationals time period back in the day. He's a real steady player.
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
he's a real good run-out player. So,
And this is still the winner's side, obviously.
yep.
Just so you guys know, this is 9 ball. On the winner's side, race to 6. 9 on the break does not count. This is
Like
modified Texas Express.
Stu's gonna get out, pretty much every time from open positions if he can't, if
So this is
there's not
going to be a
anything.
good little matchup.
It's gonna be a good little match, yeah. Wow,
Oh,
he shot at the. So that's kind of like a two-way shot there, huh?
I think he was trying to get it out of the jaws, huh?
Right. Maybe he didn't like the 5 going sneaking past the 9, and he had a cleaner. Maybe the 5 didn't pass the 9, and he didn't want to have to fade getting from the 4 to the 5. Surprised he overcut it. Well, I guess not, but maybe just a hair softer. Give yourself a shot for that ball to throw into the pocket.
You still
But
don't want to leave it near the jaws.
yeah, that's always Mika might thin the 3 and attack the 9 with the cue ball. You know, kind of like a free safety slash attempt to make a ball.
Yes, sir.
Oh no,
He went for the
he went
safety.
ball first.
Bump off. Look at this. Bumped off that 5.
Yeah, I think he might be able to see it or maybe swerve into it.
That was a snazzy little shot, sir.
Yeah. Let's see what comes of this. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna partake of this here burger.
Yeah, go ahead, my dear friend. I will let this gentleman eat, and I will jump on myself. Like I said, Mika came off with that great safety. Maybe he could see a piece of it. Yeah, he whittled by it, and he's trying to answer back. Not a bad leave, sir. Look at that. This is what I'm talking about. Now these matches are getting down to the nitty gritty. This is the winner's side. Just so you guys know, a little recap. This is the A bracket. We had 60 strong players. B bracket, amateur side, 96 players. A bracket is playing on the 9-footer, and the amateurs are playing on the bar version of the same table. Look at that shot. Good Lord. I'm going to go back and watch that replay. Jumped right over it. Good position, too. Good left. Good leave for a position, that is. Now, guys, also, please share the stream. And also, anything that you would, any messages you like to say to Jeanette, please put it on the stream. She will read it later. She is in-house taking pictures. There is a long line of people that she's signing pictures for from far away, keeping social distancing at its best. Also, too, you got any questions for any of the pros here or for Ray or myself, please give it a little shout out. We will answer everything that we can possible. All right, let's see what Stu decides to do. I think he's going to make out. I think he push that 9 out. He was going for that 3-way shot. Impressive. He got the 9 off of that quarter of the rail. Curious to see how Mika answers back. This is a tough little match. We've been playing, I think the players started on the A bracket probably, I want to say between 11 and 12. As we know, Florida time, it is 9 p.m. and still going strong. We're trying to turn this tournament into a day and a half worth of play. That's what I'm told by Jeannie Seaver. Look at the shot. Guys, where can you see the Iceman do shots like this? He's not pleased about the position for sure. Not at all. But look at that shot. Earlier, Mika was on, and he was commentating with me, and he was talking about offense-defense being the key. And cue ball position, control of the cue ball. And that's what he masters at. He says he focuses more on offense-defense. It's just what he does. And he left him probably, what, about a ball. Look at this. Nice. That was sick. Oh, and he's forcing a combo on Mika. Because I'm going to tell you this right now. That ball doesn't go past that 7. Oh, this is a good little matchup. I've never seen Ray eat so fast. This is a good little match here. Oh, I snorted again. I'm sorry, guys. When I laugh, just so you know, a lot of people don't know me. When I get a good chuckle, when you make me laugh like that, I kind of snort. Like, I don't know. Oh. Interesting play. Super interesting play. Oh, fired it. Rattled it. Oof. It doesn't hurt him at all. That does not hurt him at all. I mean, honestly, there's several ways you can go at this. You know? You can make out the 4 past the 6. Hold the cue ball so you can take a little cute little peek at the 5 ball, which is my suggestion. Now, oh. No. He even shook his head because he didn't even hit that right. He didn't even land it the way they wanted it to. I am saying Tony Robles. I could say Tony Robles. Hi, Tony Robles. Hi, lovely. Tony is still on the winner's side. He's waiting to play his next match. He's going to eat, finally eat. Man needs nutrition. Oh, no, thank you. I ordered some wings, Tony Robles. So, moving on. Forced, with that nice little bump, he put the 5 in a bad spot. He really put that 5 in a bad spot. I'm saying Stu, off that last shot. He's kind of forcing the hand on Mika. This is where you see professional. This is where you see professional play right here. Curious to see where you play the cat and mouse game. Look at this. Wow. Wow. Drew back like a beast. Let me tell you guys, I'm in heaven right now with this match. Look at this shot. Yes, yes, sir. Tony's asking me because it's like remarkable, right? He pushed out the 6 all the way down table like that for position, Tony. Holy. Oh. He's gonna get set. Gonna get it. Gonna get it. Boom. Look at that. Oh my God. I'm sorry. As a pool player, I love that. That is amazing to me, guys. I don't think you understand. Let's see if Stu answers back. Stu made contact, left it in the jaws, but still gave Mika a clear shot at the side pocket. Honestly, he's gonna. Yeah, he's eyeing the side pocket. There's no way you're gonna bring it down table. He's taking his time because there's gentlemen. There's a match going on right next. He's. Let's see. Let's see what we got. All right, let's see how he does. Side pocket. Overshot it. I wonder if it's Ray's jumping back on. How was your din-din, hun?
It was perfect and inevitable. As is Stu firing in this 6 ball. Inevitable.
Mika overshot that side pocket.
Yeah, it feels like this is 2 players that can sense. Obviously, everybody knows Mika's firepower, but you know, maybe Mika's like, you know, doesn't want to let this guy get comfortable on him and make a couple balls. So he went for what felt like a really aggressive option, that 5 off the 6,
Yeah.
hoping he'd get a shot on the 6, and then
Yeah.
had to come with a tough one on the 6 and just missed it. And then had the kind of almost like built-in backdoor safety. But
Nice shot. Let's
Stu
update
clears
the
up.
score a bit.
I'm telling you, the guy shoots straight. That was a
Yeah.
good little, you know, back and forth rack. And you know what, too, to point out, that was on Stu's break. So maybe Mika was being aggressive so he can steal that first break
Right.
off of him, because he knew he had the break first.
Set
you
the
know.
tone of sorts.
Right, and you want to snatch an alternate break. You want to steal your opponent's break.
Yep.
At least once. If you can do that once, and then hold your break every time, you win the match. You know what I mean? So it's really that might play into it. So if you feel like you maybe not, you know, aren't getting the best of it, you know, from where the balls lie, it might be worth it to go. You know.
Well, I just saw him put his stick down, and now look at him. He's threading. He's ready.
Yeah.
He's going. He's going.
Going to come up with the break here.
Yep. He is going guns a-blazing. You guys couldn't see his face, but solid break. Everything's wide open.
All right, Mika should have a pretty open attack on the 1. The problem is trying to get clear for the 2 in a pocket. It almost looks like it's best to go 1 rail with inside and come down the line that he's on right now. And you see, play the 2 in the side the way he just lined up.
Yeah.
It seems like the easiest way for him to get to an open pocket, because trying to go 2 rails, you know,
don't get
tight to go
look
to
at this,
go to
though.
the 2 in the corner is tough action.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, he peppered that ball in, and he went to the short cushion. I know he didn't, you know, probably want to end up so high up on the 2, but he's got a shot at probably cut it in the side and draw to the bottom rail.
Just like that?
Yeah.
Like a piece of cake?
Yep, he's a great ball maker, and that's a great shot because it gets him to the middle of the table, and he can address the rest of the rack from there. So this is all you know,
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
rudimentary from here. Yeah.
He's feeling it now.
2 rails to the middle. He's flat a hair on the 6, so he'll play short side on the 7. He just wants to get to that 1 diamond line.
Yep, a little bit tiny angle, just push over for the 9. Get straight in.
Elevated cue.
Little slide over. He said he didn't have to shoot it, but he shot it anyway. Let's change the score up. We got a little tied ball game now.
1-1.
I think Mika's putting the pressure on now.
We call it the
Yes.
playing good pool.
It's awesome pool. Great pools. Man, that first game was like,
A lot of back and forth. You know, they're trying to volley back and forth to get the
Yeah.
opening, and then Mika got a nice run out.
I was telling
Off the
everybody, you
break.
don't get to see this every day, now do you?
What's that?
This match.
No,
This is awesome.
no. But it's also good. I'm glad that like some of the Florida players are getting chances to spar with, you know, these higher quality players that are in town.
World-class players,
Yeah.
nonetheless.
Yeah, it's good for the players here. Looks like that was like a one pocket break. Like a mud rack against yourself. Self-defense almost. It's tough action. Well, again, Mika has a similar opening, but maybe he'll play like a two-way shot where he'll bank the one.
Right.
Not sure he can get down behind a three like he wants to. Yeah, might be elevating in a bank. Yep.
Two-rail.
Two-railed it. I guess that counts.
It does indeed. It does indeed. How are you going to get back? It's a little past that side pocket. You shoot it in the corner and try to slide over in between the 5 and the 6.
I like shooting it in the side. You just go to the head rail and then with a little outside English, you know. He's going to pinch it tight and try and come down this line.
It's almost perfect, though. You can see more than that ball.
But now the problem is, where do you get on the 4? You might want to roll into the 5 here. One rail.
Or
Hold
pump
for
off.
the 4. Yep. It's like a little, kind of like a straight pull shot. Mika's got everything else is pretty open, so he'll play the 4 in the top right corner and come underneath the 5. Then he'll shoot the 5, roll forward, and shoot the 6. I know he's going to bring it back.
Draw back.
Yep, play the 6 in the corner, and then he'll have the 7. He's just got to be mindful of getting the right angle off the 7 so that he can go cross table. He's going to, you know, shoot the 7 in the bottom right corner, go 2 rails, you know, 1 rail to the right, above the side, cross table, and then down for the 8.
Here's the shot, guys.
Yeah, 1, 2.
1, 2.
And down for the 8. This is a big rack because it's this is the first game that you steal off your opponent's break. So he'll yank this back or go to the middle, do whatever he wants to do. And yeah.
That was picture perfect, my friend.
Yeah, I like the Spider-Man design on the shirt.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Jeanette Lee's Black Widow shirt.
I like it.
Monk said it's a good match and it's free.
2 to 1. 2 to 1.
We have a viewer that said it's a good match and it's free.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's why this is a charity event. Everybody can watch.
We'll see if Mika can continue the good production off the break. That'll be it'll put a lot of pressure on your opponent if you're constantly coming with productive breaks. The inverse is true too. If you're constantly coming with poor breaks, it can be frustrating, especially if the match is close. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Or if things go against you a little.
It is rack your own.
Two to 1.
All right, let me change the score up a bit. Let's update this. Bing, bing, boom. Watch his break, Ray.
I like that break cue.
Look at this.
The Mez carbon break cue is really nice.
Yes.
I hit balls with one before, and I really want one, but I don't got the 900 bucks.
What do you shoot with, Ray? I'm just curious.
I have a custom cue with a rotation of shafts. I have a Revo carbon fiber shaft, and I have a OB Phoenix torrefied wood shaft. Those are my two shafts right now. I go back and forth.
I carry both wood and carbon fiber. I do fancy the carbon fiber, but
Yeah. You never know.
you never know. It plays different, feels
Yeah.
different.
And I've been playing with the steering precision tips lately. I like those.
He's jumping, baby. He's jumping.
Stu coming with a jump shot.
Almost.
Almost.
That
Mika
three's
with an
dead. That
opening.
three's dead, though.
The three's in the jaws.
James Jones said,
Mm-hmm.
"Hello, little biscuit."
Hello, little biscuit.
That is I. Hello,
You know what
James
I like on
Jones.
biscuits? Honey.
Honey butter, my dear friend.
Honey butter is good too, yeah. But
Lather that up with honey buttermilk biscuit with honey
by the way,
butter.
best biscuits in the world, bar none. You got action no matter where you are. The Flying Biscuit in Gainesville.
Yes, I agree with you. I'm
They're
from Jacksonville. Yes.
so good.
There used to be a long time ago something called Skeeter's biscuits.
I never heard of them.
Those biscuits were this big
Right.
for $1.
Wow. Well, Mika overcut the one. Speaking of $1, left the bank. Stu buries it.
Sir.
It's a big rack for Stu to come back with.
Do you think? Yeah, it goes past. It definitely goes past.
Yeah. It'll float it in. I think he's got to play position for the 4 just in case he makes it. Well, he hit it rail first, so he made sure he didn't make it. I might have just played it direct and played shape for both balls. But he's all right. He's got to make the one shot and hold shape for the 4 depending on what he feels cue ball's going to do. I'll probably go one rail and play it in the side. No, overcut it. Overcut the cheese. I didn't like holding it.
Yeah.
That's why I like going. The table's playing kind of quick. So I would have probably played the 2 in the corner and played position for the 4 in the side or the up corner, just because I can put a little bit more of a positive stroke on the ball.
Agreed.
And not have to like float it or baby it, and you're stretched out too, which copy that. And you're stretched out, which makes it a little bit more complicated.
Yeah.
Mika should bank the 4.
Now I have a question, Tony.
Yeah.
My chicken wings are up. Would you mind jumping in with Ray? Okay, hold on. We're gonna absolutely 305,
That's my deal.
baby.
That's my deal.
Hold on, let me jump off. I'm gonna let. I will be the fill-in.
Yeah, she's on the bench.
I'm on the bench. I'm the warmer. I am the bench warmer.
That's
right. That's right,
OTJ.
boo. All right, hold on. Let me jump off. We're gonna let a world champion jump in here. Hang on.
Sean Coley, Dale Leonard, table 6. Sean Coley, Dale Leonard, table
All right, well,
6.
Mika, Tony's going to step into the booth here for a second. And,
You know when you're playing? Soon. You're going to call me soon.
uh-oh, looks like he's going to squeeze up on the 8. And got some stuff.
Lee? Which Lee? Oh, yeah, he's here. He's here. I think he's going to be playing soon, too.
All right, well, coming into the booth is Tony Robles.
Am I on?
You're on. No, let me. You should.
All
be on.
right. Thanks for
Tony-
having me.
Yep,
How you
Tony
doing,
Robles is in the booth. Yeah, welcome to Florida.
bud? I'm enjoying it here. And I'm having a spectacular time. I really am. This is only my third event, but actually fourth event. But this one is, the last 2 have been really special
Nice.
and dear to my heart because Jeanette's one of my closest friends. I've known her since she's like 19 years old.
Right.
And,
Yeah, I saw that. You have a few New Yorkers here. You, Mika, Rolando was here earlier, and I know you've all had a good relationship with Jeanette for a long
Yeah.
time. So
So I want to thank everyone that took the time to do this, and
right,
even Janet Atwell
right,
found out that some shirts that she was supposed to get to her
mm,
weren't going to arrive in time.
right.
So she came from Bristol, Tennessee, just to
Wow,
deliver the shirts for her.
that's
And she
dedication.
surprised her today when she
That's
was. It
awesome.
was. It was. It was a special moment. It really
That's
was.
great. Yeah, Janet's a sweet lady. Well, we have a good match here. Yeah. Um, we have a good match here. Stu Fox is a local guy from Gainesville area. Uh, Good shot maker, and he's kind of going after it here with Mika. Mika's playing pretty good. Had
Hmm.
the better of a couple openings and created some openings for himself with some aggressive play. Um,
Yeah, he made a hell of a shot on the four, a couple of racks ago, and
right,
drew back and played the five off the six. That was
five off
one
the
hell of a
six.
run out
Yeah,
there.
he ended up losing that rack because he just
Hmm.
the six came up high and then he missed a
Yeah.
tough ball and then um, but still he's capable of creating from spots
Hmm.
with his offensive power. So you really got to rein him in or outshoot him
Yeah.
or just try and keep control. Don't let him get going.
And he has an advantage in most players because he's not only a world champion and U.S. Open champion, but also in multiple games. He's a
Right.
great all-around player. He plays all the games extremely well.
Straight pull, right? It's got a great straight pull game too. He went for the bank. What a shot.
That was one hell of a shot, I tell you that.
Yeah. I guess Stu looked at the table and thought the only way he could really get a winning position is to attack from there with the bank.
Hmm.
Um, you know, possibility of getting a shape on the three. He overran it a hair, but at least he can defend himself
Yeah.
um, from there.
Would you consider banking it cross side or even double banking it and just leave the cue ball like to shoot the
Um,
four in the corner?
I'd probably one rail the three down to the bottom and go two rails towards the seven with the cue ball.
Hmm.
But Stu
Oh,
has
he's
different
gonna he's going
ideas.
for the combination, I guess. Either that or the carom.
Yeah, I think he was just looking to make the three and see where he ends up. That's a strong shot. Stu's pretty attacking player. Um, not afraid to shoot.
Hmm.
So
It's such an honor to do an event that's being run by the Sunshine State Predator Pro-Am Tour because I ran the Predator Pro-Am Tour in New
right,
York for 12 years, and it feels weird to say Predator Pro-Am Tour. That's a hell of a shot right there.
yeah, that's a great out. Stu is a super attacking player and a great offensive.
Yeah,
Like
I can
he's got a
tell.
lot of firepower. So I'm excited to see him kind of shoot back and see how it
Hmm.
goes from there. It's definitely that sequence of shots probably
So that knocks it a two apiece now?
no, I think it's 3-2. Mika's up a break of serve. Stu broke dry one time and Mika got out.
So it's 3-2 Stu?
3-2 Mika.
Oh, Mika.
Three
Okay,
three to two Mika.
gotcha.
Mika's got the break.
Yeah, just jumped in, so I'm trying to catch up. I want to
But
give
yeah,
a special condolences to a buddy of ours, Steve Lipsky from New York. He
uh-huh.
just sent me a message saying that his dad passed away from cancer.
Oh
And
wow.
just want to let you know we're thinking of you and we're here for you if you need us in any
Yeah.
way, shape, or form.
Steve's a new acquaintance of mine, but through the straight pull stuff, very
Hmm.
helpful guy and seems to be well liked by people that I'm very fond of. So that
Oh, he's an incredible guy.
that's awesome.
So is his family, Gina, their daughter Olivia,
Hmm.
and Mama Kim.
Yeah. Prayers with you, Steve. Hope you and the family are well. Looks like Mika has a dry break, and
Hmm.
Stu has an opening. Looks like he can attack maybe the one and go back and forth across table and leave himself a shot on the two maybe.
Hmm.
Just got to bury the one. Nice shot. Smooth stroke too. Didn't overpower it or anything.
No.
Just played it pretty smooth. This is
Looks like might have a little too much angle here to hold it up. I'm not sure.
yeah,
Maybe he can
it's
draw it in between the three and the five and play it in the same pocket. I don't know. Looks like he might be able to do that. I'm not sure. I can't tell from this angle, but it looks from the actual
right.
computer monitor. Looks like he can do that.
Yeah, it's just the distance is a lot because you got to hit it
Yeah.
firmer and it's hard to get the smooth stroke. Maybe he might follow down to the bottom cushion and up. take a shot, or just try and draw above the 3 and beat the kiss on the 3.
Mm-hmm.
See what he decides to do. Yeah,
Oh,
just
he
bumped
caught a
it
little
underneath.
friendly bump there, right? That always
Yeah,
helps.
yeah. Sometimes you just take what you can get there, make the ball, and see what you got. And it looks like he can pocket this and go one rail between the 4 and 7. Well, he just really bared down on making
Mm.
the 3
Kind of on top of Mount Everest here, right?
a little bit.
A
Yeah,
little bit.
the cue ball's gonna want to go forward from here. So, oh,
Yeah,
miscue.
that Mount Everest will get you sometimes.
Yeah, looks like there was a miscue there.
Well,
That's
this
a
is an
big ball.
opportunity.
Yeah, I might have played that with less spin and just high ball and really played the
Mm-hmm.
speed to get, as
Yeah.
far to that
Yeah,
long
just to secure
cushion,
the ball.
right,
Yeah.
on the 3 ball to
Mm-hmm.
come across and really try and get as close
Right.
to the 4 as I could. Like Mika's taking his time to figure out what he wants to do with position.
How would you play the 5 here? You would just spin it, or
Well, looks like Mika's just
basically?
gonna move the 6 for a key ball,
No, that's great.
almost.
That
Yeah,
it stopped at a perfect spot.
right. Good speed on that and natural angle to go up for the 6. It's kind of alluding to Tony's mentioning of Mika's all-around game. That's very much a straight pull influenced pattern,
Oh yeah.
you know,
Oh yeah.
and the speed on that ball. Nice shot
Nice.
there.
Nice. And that's the side of the 7 you want to be on.
Right,
You never want to play position on the opposite side because then the 9 becomes a factor,
right.
right?
And here he's playing. I like playing to the bottom rail because
Yeah.
it's free real estate there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to get stuck. So going to the bottom cushion keeps you from,
And he's
getting
definitely got the
frozen.
speed of the table down.
Right. That was a big game. 4-2 now in Mika's favor. Let's update the score here, guys. Sorry about that.
Someone's asking about the size of the table. They're 9-foot tables here.
9 foots.
You have seven 9-foot tables that we're playing
Are
on.
these like Brunswick medalists? Is that what they are?
I'm not sure what they are. They're definitely Brunswicks, but I'm not sure. I think the medalists had a thicker rail or something,
Okay.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But I played in one in the back.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna try to play there later if I get time, if I get a chance, because it runs so perfect. Like it's
Really?
not too fast, too slow. It's just
Right.
right, and the pockets are big. And I'm gonna try to run 100.
Playing straight pool?
Yeah.
Can I watch?
Yeah, absolutely.
I got to get to my 100, man. That's my goal for the
Yeah.
year. Yeah, getting on a good equipment, for that game is so big. Good,
Well, I gotta
with good,
see after
clean
shooting the
balls.
break shot. I haven't tried a break shot yet. I have to see if they spread well. They don't
Right.
spread well, then you can forget
Right.
about it. Right?
Right.
That's a big factor too.
Good break there from Stu.
That was a hell of a break.
And the ball's open nice for him. It looks like the
The
5.
5 and the 7 a little tricky, but he might end up shooting the 4-9
Well,
anyway, so
yeah,
it
I
might
think-
not make a difference.
Right. He's
Because
probably
he has a
gonna attack
perfect angle to get on the 2.
Right. And then you're right. That's a critical position, small area to get to the 5 where you can avoid the 7. So might see him attack the 9 again here, which is good. You want to get, keep that pressure on Mika. It's got kind of a big angle to hold for the combo, I think.
Yeah, I
So
love
he
that
went
shot. That's one of my
3
favorite
rails
shots.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because once you
beautiful.
come off that 3rd rail, you're going, even though you're on that line, you're still going away from it, but you're on that line.
He's just letting him know he nudged the 6, but it's not a foul.
Oh. Yeah, my tour, when I have my tour, if you move the ball before you strike the cue ball, it's not a foul.
Right.
But once the cue ball has been struck, anything that moves is an automatic foul.
Got it.
Then eventually I would only do that for the amateur events, but for the pro events, it's all ball fouls.
All ball fouls, yeah. Yeah, we had, I think the rule down here was next ball in rotation, instant foul. If you're bridging over a ball, and like what you said, nudged it, before the shot, then it's a player option to put it back or leave it,
Hmm.
and then during the shot it would be a foul. And then we had the rule where if a ball moves, if you move a ball that crosses the cue ball's path,
Yes,
that's
yeah,
also a
that's
foul.
understandable. Yeah.
Right. Even if the balls don't touch, if it crosses the path, it
Hmm.
would be a foul. But yeah, good quick break and run there, collecting a point and closing the gap 4-3. Pressure's back on Mika to hold his serve. We were talking earlier about the dynamics of the alternate break format and how holding your serve of your break is so important.
Oh
And
yeah,
the goal is to almost to like steal the break right away, and then if you can just hold your break
and that's
every time.
impossible to do if this happens,
Right.
right? He just
Yeah.
can't. He hit those great, but nothing went in.
Right. Yeah. I mean, Stu had a rack like that gave Mika the break of serve,
Hmm.
where he broke dry and Mika got out. So it's it's a big opportunity now for Stu to close the gap. Nice shot there. Yeah, I think here you just want to see if he can draw back and get past the 5.
Hmm.
Um, Depending on, it looks like he's got to cut it to slightly to his left. If
Yeah,
so,
yeah. He's definitely going to draw this. Because if he goes
yeah,
forward, he's going to run into the 7. So you
right.
definitely got to draw this.
I'm just wondering which side of the pocket he can see.
Oh,
Okay,
he's going to the other side. Oh,
yeah,
he overhit that.
a little bit, but yeah, I was wondering if he was going to be able to, because ideally, if you could just draw straight back, shoot the 3 in the
I
other
never
corner.
watched Stu play before. It's my first time. Is he a good bank shot player?
Uh, I think you're going to see him rifle it in, or try to at least. Oh, he followed it.
Yeah,
That's interesting that he would
yeah.
follow the ball.
That's a big miss there.
I thought you would just stop shot it there,
Hmm.
and stiff it,
Yeah,
and
that's what I
then
thought. Or just stunt follow it forward a bit.
maybe, yeah.
Like come off the long rail. Boy, look at that ball take off. It's crazy, right?
The rails are picking up for sure. And on fast equipment, these little angles can really, you know, cause some issues.
Hmm.
Now he's kind of like, fighting upstream. But if he can stun this in and punch it forward a hair, just give himself a little
Yeah.
separation, he'll have the 6 in the bottom corner.
He hit that 4 ball with what I call, ooh,
Oh yeah,
make sure you don't end up on Mount Everest speed.
yeah. That's just, I think,
Wow,
just
this is gonna make it interesting if he ties at 4 fours.
yeah. It's kind of like you work a little extra hard. That getting bad on the 4 had cost him when it came
Mm-hmm.
down to the 5.
Mm-hmm.
When really the key shot was just getting that good position,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is what I think. That's what I think bites rhythm players.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what my former coach. Oh wow, look at that. That's a shocker there.
Yeah.
Um, that's what my coach used to call unnecessary heavy lifting.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly right. That's exactly right.
Wow, that was definitely unexpected.
Yeah. You can't do that.
Me, I
You
expect
only
that. Everyone else, I don't, because
you
sometimes people say I'm Tony Robles, but sometimes I feel like Tony Hopeless.
you only get so many chances against a guy like Mika.
Yeah.
You got to really capitalize.
think
I
I-
think a little bit too fast in the stroke speed. Just really
Mhm.
focus on smoothing the ball in, let the pocket take it. You don't have to be perfect.
Good shot.
Yeah. Now, do you like playing for the center and 3 rails around, or do you like getting straight and drawing?
I like 3 rails around
Me too. Looks like Mika likes
because
3
that way
rails
you don't
around
have to
too.
force it.
Right. You just make the ball. I think a lot of guys get in trouble trying to get straight, and then they don't get perfectly straight, and they get
Yeah,
that
and
weird
then they're in
angle,
trouble.
and
Yeah.
now they're coming with a cut shot on the 9.
Mhm.
Well, it's gonna get Mika on the hill. A consequential game there. That could have been 4-4. Um, Man, 4-4 with Stu breaking. That could have
Yeah,
been.
that would have been a
That's a
major
huge,
advantage.
huge. So now he's just got to hold it together and try and win a game and see if he can claw back and make it hill-hill.
Hmm.
At least it's not Mika breaking. 'Cause, if Mika was breaking, he'd make the 9 on the break.
Yeah.
'Cause, that was always the thing. If you made a mistake that cost you a racket, it was always like you got punished twice.
But the 9 in the break doesn't count,
No,
correct?
no.
Yeah.
Not in this tournament.
All right, let's see how Stu breaks him. He's been pretty much controlling that cue ball pretty
Yeah.
well. Miss
He's
hit the
gonna
one
come
ball
up,
there a bit, but the 4 and the 7 look
gonna
like
come
they're
up
tied up.
dry, but he's not gonna give up a shot. It doesn't look like, unless Mika's got a window between the 5-6. Doesn't look like it. We might see a first push out here. Is Mika looking at possibly curving between? It's kind
Not
of a
sure.
kind of a sensitive shot. I don't
Yeah.
love it, you know.
I mean, he's better off going the long rail and kicking the 1 on the opposite side, I think.
I like that, yeah. Yeah, you get a free shot to make it and you're playing safe.
And the cue ball comes towards the 2.
Right.
But it's hard to tell from here. It's like it looks like he's seriously considering covering it, past, like you
Right.
said, between the 5 and the 6. It's a dangerous shot.
Yeah.
It has to be hit with perfect speed.
The thing is, if you don't hit ball first and you hit rail first, you're
Yeah.
in danger of scratching too.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Oh, he's going. He might be playing safe. Playing safe by the 4-7.
Wow, he hit that great.
Good cue ball speed.
I didn't think he could see the 1 to hit it, so that
Right.
was a great shot there.
Yeah, but he's playing all cue ball there.
So what'd you do here? Would you try to hit the left side of the 1, the right side of the 1? If you hit the right side of the 1, you might go in the
Yeah.
side pocket.
Wow, he tried to bend it back.
Yeah.
I don't think he had it to go 2 rails, so definitely 1 rail.
Hmm.
And yeah, unfortunately, he really didn't have much. You had to try and hit the far side of the 1
Yeah.
and try and slide down 1 rail between the 2 and end up on the bottom cushion maybe. He tried to bend it back at speed. I didn't really like it hitting it at speed. It's easy to bring both balls back to the middle that way.
Mhm.
It's probably not gonna yield a good result.
Keeps looking at to see if the 4 goes in the side, like he's thinking of maybe somehow trying to play the 4 in the side. I mean,
Yeah, these 5 balls are tied up kind of weird. I wonder if he might try and play safe again. There is a 3 cushion style safety if you wanted to play like a, bring the cue ball to the middle and then you 3 rail the cue ball off the top of the 1 and play behind the 7 again like this. There is this safety. It's kind of
I'm wondering if he's
big.
thinking of shooting the 3-5 and then breaking out the 4. And then if he stops the 3 where the 5 is and the cue ball stops after it hits a 4, maybe he ends up with the 3 in the opposite. I don't know. It all depends if the 3-5 is dead.
Looks like he's bringing the 1 down by the 9.
I guess
He's gonna float 1
hook
rail
him,
by
yeah.
the 4-7.
He's probably gonna try to put him between the 3 and the 5. Right, that's deadly there. He let him see it though.
It's pretty good, but
it was trying to freeze him on the 3.
Yeah, I think
he left the
I think going to the 4-7 might have been. I guess it just depends. He wanted to bring the 1 down by the 9 as a threat, so that's what determined his hit.
Mm-hmm.
So he went towards the 3.
I mean, this is still not an easy hit here because I think the side pocket is kind of in the way of where he would like to hit.
Right.
So he might have to hit this with a lot of right or go 2 rails.
Rails, yeah.
Zigzag. The F and Ray is zigzag.
It's hard because you don't really get to cue the ball right.
Yeah. No, and if you hit it too hard, the cue ball jumps, so you have to elevate over the ball.
I think the best line for him to get to the 1 is 2 rails. I don't know how comfortable he feels. If he goes this way, he's got to elevate and spin. Yep. Yep.
Good hit. That was nice.
Yep. We had to elevate to create that line because the side pocket was in the way, like you were saying.
Yeah.
The natural angle. So Mika's gonna thin the 1 and spin, behind the. Oh no, he
Oh,
just
look,
banked
he
it.
meant to sun follow the cue ball
That's a
underneath the 9.
that's a poor shot. I thought he was gonna thin the 1 and just leave it behind the 8-9. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then float the cue ball up. That shot's fine too. The bank and stun follow, but.
Mhm. Uh-oh. He's not gonna like
No,
this.
he rubbed the 2 as well.
You know the 9 is off. The 9 is dead off the 8. If he shot the 2 to the 8,
To
in
8,
between
yeah.
the 8 and the 9, I see it from here. It's dead. You see, he's thinking about it. Look, I think he just saw it. He said, "Why not do that?" I always make fun of my friends because they look at it, they get excited all of a sudden. Oh wait, I think I just saw something. See, I think that's a shot. It's dead. But see, when I shoot these shots, Ray, I always put the cue ball really close,
Right.
like within like 6 inches or 4 inches.
Right.
Because when you put it that much closer,
Yeah.
you don't have as much room for error, you know?
He saw
There you
the
go. You see,
shot.
it was dead.
Yeah.
Good shot. All right, thanks for tuning in, everyone. We had a blast
a great
doing the
match.
commentary for this. Ray, thank you for having me. It's always
Likewise.
a pleasure, brother.
Yeah, man.
And
Let me
good
know
luck to
how
you the
this
rest of
straight
the
pull
tournament.
runs happens.
Yes.
All right, guys. We'll be back for the next one.